and we're going to start here in a second. I'm going to put on some music for you guys. And hopefully my camera won't fall off today, but I put a hair tie on it to secure it. So namaste. Good morning. Okay, so let's go ahead and come into a long spine. And we're going to take a few deep sighing breaths. You're going to breathe in through your nose and sigh it out. Long, even inhale, sigh it out. One more time, just breathe it in and sigh it out. So as always, breath is the most important part of what we're doing. So with your eyes closed, just come into your breath. One of my Kripalu teachers called it coming home to your breathing. And he, of course, had learned that from his teacher. So we've got a lot of people on Facebook these days with yoga, and it's interesting to hear what people say. A lot of times it just comes from what people have taught you, and it comes back out. It's kind of full circle. So coming into Ujjayi breath, in through your nose, out through your nose. Settling into the space. Coming to the present moments. Present with just your breath. And allow your chin to bow forward. Honor yourself. Bow to your light. And just know that light is in all of us. Appreciate that. Take it all in. And just roll your right ear over your right shoulder. Keep your jaw totally relaxed and nod like you're saying yes, opening the side of your neck. Nice long spine. Roll your chin forward, left ear over left shoulder, and nod on this side. Inhaling and exhaling. Deep breathing in and out. And bring your chin back to the middle. And as your chin sits forward, your spine is long. Pull your shoulders in a nice big circle, up, back, and down. Rolling the shoulders, opening the chest. And then reverse your circle. Giving yourself a nice shoulder back massage, getting out all of your kinks on this Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week. Settling the shoulders back down as your gaze floats up. I'm going to take my scarf. You can have a strap, a tie, whatever you like. You're going to inhale up and just press your chest through. So use your hands pulling apart as tension to open up. Exhale, stretch forward. Inhale, roll up. And exhale, stretch forward. Let the tie stay, or the scarf, or whatever you're using, stay over the crown of your head. Inhaling to arch the back. Exhaling, curving into your cat spine. Inhale, roll up, chest through. Exhale, stretch away, widening the shoulder blades. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale up and just stretch it over to the right. Inhale up, stretch it over to the left. And just go side to side a couple more times. Let the sit bones stay equal on the mat, so try not to roll over to the side. Inhale, get long. Exhale, side body stretch. Inhale, get long, side body stretch. Inhale, back up, widen the hands a little, hands come forward. Keep this tension and Make a nice full shoulder roll with straight arms. You got to pull the hands apart to come up with straight arms and then roll it forward. So this has got a lot of muscular action, but a nice opener for the shoulder joint. Inhale up, exhale forward, inhale up, exhale behind, inhale up, exhale forward, inhale up, exhale behind. Take a couple more. Maybe hearing some little popping or noise as you open up the shoulder, keeping the hands pulling apart. And then let the hands sit forward and just circle your shoulders again. And as you stretch up overhead, just twist, gaze to the right. Inhale through the middle, twist, gaze to the left. Inhale and exhale, twist. Inhale and exhale, twist. And then coming back up. And just allow the right elbow to bend and the left hand will grab the bottom of the tie. It looks like this from behind. You can walk in really close. So even if you normally bind your fingers, use the tension on the tie to give yourself a nice pull to really open the tricep on the top. Big inhale, exhale, stretch over to the side. Weight equal on your hips again and just shake your head no a little bit. Releasing your neck, relax your jaw muscles. And float back up. Release this side and switch over. Opening the shoulders, walk the hands super close together, as close as you can, and then pull on the strap or the tie and stretch over. Side body stretch. Shake your head no again. Release the back of the neck, the jaw muscles. And then floating back up, feet touching, inbound angle, Baddha Konasana, and allow yourself to circle into your hips and your lower back. So I like to pull to get a little traction for my lower back, and then circle. Inhale and exhale. As you hold on to whatever you're holding on to, let your shoulders relax. So your arms are engaged a bit, but not jacking your shoulders up. Nice deep breaths, full circle to open the hips and the lower back. Inhale and exhale. So we do a lot of vinyasa here online at Colony Yoga. So on Wednesdays when I do Kripalu, sometimes I go a little slower with the flow. We'll take it up a notch the rest of the time usually with all levels vinyasa, or sometimes we do other stuff like Tara did yoga with weights last Friday, which was pretty challenging. So we're going a little bit slower start today, but this slower start helps open all the joints. And especially if you have any lower back stuff or hip stuff, it's a nice way to start, as well as your shoulders, which we just did. Come back up, tall spine, inhale. Exhale, hinge, reaching your sternum towards your toes. Nice full breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale lifts you back up. And nice and easy, we're going to keep the strap on the right foot and we're going to roll down to the back. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me a little bit better. So we're going to roll down and stretch up. And you're going to make sure your shoulders are on the ground. Settle them down. I like to hold the strap with just my one hand and hold down the opposite hip. And then flex the foot and circle like your heel is drawing a circle up on the ceiling. Know that the action is coming from the hip, not from the hand. So your back is super flat, your breath is long and full, your jaws are relaxed, and you're just circling into this hip, the circle growing bigger and bigger. This is nice for your hips, your SI joint also. And then stretch and reverse. Changing the direction of the circle. Inhaling and exhaling, long, even breaths. Nice, deep, full breathing. Shoulders relaxed, breath is full. And then reach straight up. This time you're going to open to the outside, which is the right side. And once you're there, maybe make small circles, flexing the foot. Let the shoulder stay grounded. Opposite shoulder, so both shoulders down, both hips down. Maybe you're holding your hip down. Reverse the circle. Your jaws are relaxed, your breath is full. And then you're going to inhale up, you're going to switch, and you're going to take a twist across, getting your outer thigh, your IT band. And you can let your arm open up like it would for a spinal twist, making small little circles, feeling that through the outside of the leg. It's really good for people who run or bike to do this kind of stretch to lengthen back out, things that get tight in those activities. And we're going to stretch back up. Finish this side with a hamstring stretch. So you're going to bend your opposite knee, put your foot on the ground, reach up close to your foot. Take an inhale, straighten through the leg, and use your arm strength to pull your toes past your forehead. So you don't want to bounce and you don't want to lift your shoulders up. You just want to lengthen through the back of the leg. Relax your shoulders. And you're trying to stretch your heel away from your sit bone at the top of your leg. Stretching through the back of the knee. There's no weight on it. So really lengthen through. Relax the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Nice full breathing. And then nice and easy. Before we release, if you want to lift up, lengthen in, use your core to wake it up a little bit. And then lower back down, pull your knee in, roll the ankle, move the toes. And then maybe make a couple of circles on your lower back, your sacrum. Circle one way and then the other. And then take the scarf or the strap or the belt or whatever you got. If you're doing this without this, it's different because you're using different muscles. You're working a little differently, but that's okay. You can do nice circles either way. Your shoulders are down. You're holding down your opposite hip and lengthening through the back of the heel. The motion coming from the hip joint. Nice full breath. It's a very slow way to open the hips and the hamstrings, but it makes a huge difference when you get to that first downward dog. Inhale and exhale our Ujjayi breath. And pause, reverse your circle. Inhaling and exhaling. And then stretch back up. And you're going to hold with your left hand open up to the left. And as you ground your shoulders and hips, you're going to circle. Nice little circles, flexing the foot. Reverse your circle. And then stretch back up, switch, take it across, and circle over here, breathe. Circling both ways. This side's a little tighter on me. I can feel it. I'm not as far over, but still feeling that. And then stretch back up, bend the opposite foot to ground your lower back. Root down, reach up, bend the elbows, stretch your toes past your forehead. Breathe, lengthening through the back of the legs, shoulders down. Breath is full. Inhaling and exhaling. Long, deep breaths in and out. And then maybe lifting up, lengthening through, using your core to lift up. And then pulling your knee in, circling your ankle. And circling on your low back. And then nice and easy, just rocking on your spine. So taking your time and then trying it without your hands, which uses your core a little bit more. And you're kind of building your momentum to pause in a little baby boat. Feeling your core working this morning, and then you're gonna cross your feet and come forward and take your first child's pose, widening your knees, stretching back and coming into your breath. Knees wide, hips stretching back, lengthening your spine, and just feeling that in your hips versus maybe how child's pose normally feels when you first come into it. You should have a little more space in your lower back, your hip joints. And just breathe and settle. Inhale and exhale. Long, even breathing. Hearing the sound of the ocean. And just walk your hands to the right. Put your left palm on top of your right. Stretch your side body. And walk your hands to the other side, stretch. Imagining you can make extra space in your rib cage. Getting yourself taller, longer, healthy spine. And then palms back to center. Inhale up, knees under hips, toes under. Stretch back, wake up the feet side to side, inch the fingers away. Take an inhale, and as you float up, exhale, release the feet and wave up, cat spine. Inch the fingers forward, inhale to baby up dog here, and just shift between the wrists, side to side. And then float back. Tuck the toes, drop the belly, take an inhale. Exhale to lift the knees and reach up and back, walking your dog side to side, feeling the calves and the hamstrings. Notice your hamstrings after we did those hip openers and the hamstring stretch. Maybe a little different than how down dog normally feels. And then walking your feet towards your hands, feet hip width, hanging in your ragdoll, swaying side to side. Softening the knees, gravity reaching your elbows away from your hips. And then take your hands to your waist, hips back, chest forward. Inhale brings you up. Pause at the top, arch back, and come back to neutral. And then big toes touch at the top of your mat. Maybe lift the toes up as you open the palms and feel your whole body get some action. Like you zipped up a big zipper. I'm wearing a little zipper today, so imagine I zipped it all the way up, feeling my core engage. Keep that action. We want to keep it throughout the flow if we can. Keeping everything engaged. And as we inhale, rise the arms up. And exhale, flow forward, chin in at the bottom. Inhale, halfway lift, palms down, travel back, use knees, lower down to release the hips. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, flow down. 2 more. Inhale, lift up, cobra, toes and hips are down. Exhale, float back. Inhale, lift. And exhale, float down, back through table and into downward dog. This time rolling out the feet. Inhale up both toes. Exhale down both heels. Inhale, rise to the toes. Exhale, press back. And just take a couple more, opening the feet. Shaking out your neck, releasing any tension, jaws relaxed. And just take your right foot, press your heels back, cross it over. Take a little side stretch here, just dropping your hip a little bit. And bring it back, walk it to the other side, drop your hip a little bit. Coming back, press back to your heels, inhale to the toes, bend the knees, walk or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold in. Reverse swan dive up, flat back. Palms to the heart. Take 3 deep breaths, lengthen them out. We want really long breaths as we move through our Surya Namaskaras, our sun salutations. Inhaling and exhaling. Deep flow of the breath. Keeping it full, your inhale rises you up. Exhale, forward fold, chin in at the bottom. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Palms down, travel back, use knees or full chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back, downward dog. Or some of us take child's pose. Or some of us sit up. Either way, you're breathing. Long ujjayi breath in through your nose, out through your nose. Deep breaths in and out. Usually hold that down dog, 5 breaths in the Surya Namaskara A. Press back to your heels, inhale to your toes, bend your knees, travel home. Take a halfway lift, flat back, heart open. Exhale, fold in, rise up. This time, interlace your fingers, big inhale up here, and exhale over to the right, Ardha Chandrasana. Come back up, take it over to the left. Come back up, look up, gaze up, big Tadasana. And then bend your knees, Utkatasana, squat pose. Lift the toes, flat back, big inhale, big exhale. Nice full breathing, belly hugging in, tailbone rooting down. Take an inhale and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, palms down, travel and lower down. If you're doing the vinyasa, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. Right leg floats up, bend the knee, feel the hip, roll the ankle, move the toe. And then square the hip, reach it back like you can stand on a wall behind you, pressing the chest back, and then bring the knee, kiss the chin, widen the shoulder blades, and then foot between the hands, back knee down. Walk your foot over a second and just feel your hip right here on this side, lifting your chest up. Nice big lunge. Take 3 breaths. Inhale, chest is up, and exhale. Right knee is over the right ankle. So if you're going past your ankle, scoot your toes forward a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Smiling is good. On this next exhale, shift it back into your hamstring. Walk it back, flex the toes, reach your sit bone away from your heel, and press through the back of the knee. Inhaling and exhaling. And then come back into the foot, plant the palm, lift the back knee, and take a nice light twist reaching up. Fingers can reach up, hand can be on the lower back. You can touch the thigh, whatever works for you. Either way, sternum is reaching out to the front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Drishti gaze is up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Take one more. And then float the palm down. Walk your foot to pass it back to plank. Use knees if you want. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale back to down dog. Walk the dog a second. Feel the right, feel the left. Shake out your head, your neck. No rush. And then sweep the left leg up and the knee. Roll the ankle, move the toes around. Square the hip, reach back, flex the foot, relax the neck. Bring the knee forward, hover, hover. And then place the foot forward, back knee down. And then walk the foot over a little bit, left knee over left ankle. And lift the chest up. Take 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale, long, even breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. And then on your next exhale, shift it back. Flex the toes and lengthen all the way back. Trying to stretch space between the sit bone and the heel. The chest is up, spine's long a little bit to shift you back, feeling that in your lower back. Still flexing the toes. And then coming back into your foot, grounding your right palm, lifting your knee and twisting up. Whatever variation you did on the first side, reaching up, hand on the lower back or pressing to the thigh. The left foot is flat. Sometimes we roll it out. Keep it flat. Inhale, lengthen. Sternum towards the big toe. Exhale, twist it out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Take one more. And then float the palm down. Walk it to lift it and take it back. Big inhale. Knees or full chaturanga, or you can skip that and we can just meet up. Down dog, child's pose, or Virasana and 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Long breaths in and out. Deep breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Hearing your breath. If you're in down dog, your head's below your heart, so keep it long and full, like you're enjoying that inversion to pump the blood a little extra, rejuvenating you. The oxygen rejuvenates everyone with this beautiful breathing. Press back to your heels, inhale to your toes, bend your knees, travel home. Take a halfway lift, fold in, bend your knees, find chair, Utkatasana, and then rise up, arch back, palms to your heart center. Bow your chin, honor yourself. Nowhere to be but here and now as you lengthen the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice and full. Bend your knees, sweep the earth, find chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms down, take a vinyasa, which is the push-up and the up dog, or sometimes I like to just hold it here, and then we all meet up in down dog. Take the right leg up, bend the knee again, try to reach even further with the heel, point the knee up, and then reach back, point the toe this time, and as the knee comes forward, try to touch the right elbow. Reach back, try to touch the left elbow, reach back, and then come forward, foot between your hands, back heel in, rise up, warrior 1. Hips are forward. Nice, full warrior 1, palms to the heart, big inhale, hinge, and float into Dekasana, or maybe warrior 3. Try to keep that hip down. Spine is long, toes pointing down, breath is full. Maybe you're flying, maybe you're reaching forward. And then float it back down, sweep it up, open it up, line it up, heel to arch. Bending your knee, find warrior two. And just move on the breath a little bit today. Palm up, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, float back. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, float back. Inhale, sweep up. Floating back. One more, sweep up. And then just float back. Feeling that. Warrior two. Reaching forward, reaching back. Tucking the tailbone, pulling the belly in, leveling the belt of your pants, not reaching into that front shoulder. Lining shoulders over hips. One more breath. And then bend the elbows, sit light, sweep up. Make circles like a ceiling fan. Gaze up as you do so, circling one way. And then reverse the circle. And then palm forward, bicep over ear. Nice full breathing. Extended side angle. Maybe reaching down or doing a bind or something, but keeping your breath. Inhale and exhale, full breathing. Tara really likes this pose. I do too, but I kind of like to reach it up and do the bent triangle like they do in Bikram. And then gaze down, sweep up. And speaking of triangle, we'll shorten it with straight legs, shorten stance, heel to arch. Hips are level, tailbone rooted, sweep in, touch the front of your mat, right fingers down, left fingers up, triangle pose. Jacob said yesterday, someone says you're between two panes of glass. A lot of people say that. So imagine there's a pane of glass in front of you and behind you and you have to fit in. My teacher, Mary Lou, said that all the time, between two panes of glass. Or like you're leaning back against a wall and you're nice and straight. And then gaze down, pull it up, hands to the waist, toes forward, and take a wide down dog, reaching it forward, walking it a little side to side. Inhale and exhale, lunging side to side. These are versions of Skandasana. Skanda is the brother of Ganesha. Ganesha's the guy right here on my hanging. He removes our obstacles. So we could all use that right now and every day. Ganesha to remove the obstacles in our path. But it wouldn't be a path without obstacles. Come back to center, hands to your waist, inhale up. Arch back a little at the top. And then nice and easy, angle your toes out for a second. Root your tailbone down and open up. Goddess, warrior. Kali pose, I call this, as this song is playing about Kali Durga Ma. Jai Ma, Jai Kali. Opening up our inner goddess, inner strength. And then straighten it out, hands to the waist. Adjust your hips forward and just chill out a second over that right leg. Shake out your head, your neck. I'm not a big standing splitter, but sometimes I do it here and just kind of lift up, any variation. It's not my favorite pose, but it's nice to do things sometimes we don't like. Sometimes we can reach back and do a balance. Some of us just grab the bottom leg. I'm gonna float it back behind me, palms down, pass the right foot back. Big inhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog, look right, look left, and pass it back to down dog. Option to just hold it there or sit back a second for a few breaths, Virasana, and take water. I know on this online yoga, sometimes you actually leave the room for a while and come back because there's more distractions at home. That's okay, don't be hard on yourself. We all do that. Just keep your breath. whatever you're doing, inhaling and exhaling. Keep your intention in your breath. It's the best thing you can do for yourself these days. Long, even inhales and exhales, soothing the body. We'll meet back in down dog. And take the left leg up. Bend the knee, feel the hip again. And then square the hip, point the toe back. Bring the knee traveling in, try to touch it to the left elbow. Reach back. Bring it, touch it to the right elbow. Swing it back, and then hover a second. Foot forward, back heel in, rise. Warrior one, nice and strong. Hips are forward. Breath is full. Palms to the heart, hinge. Feel nice and grounded and strong. And then float into your balance. Dekasana, warrior three. Whatever you did, hip is square. No tension in the neck. You don't need to look forward. You look down. And then nice and easy, float the hip back. Open up and line up your warrior two. Heel to arch. Hips are square, tailbone rooted. And sweeping in, shoulders settle. Knee travels over to the pinky, taking the arch out of the lower back, belly in, hips are level. And then float. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, float back. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, float back. Inhale to sweep up. Exhale, float back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, float. One more. And then finding your warrior two, settling in like you could touch something in front and behind, shoulders over hips. Everything's still facing the side, not the front. Tailbone still rooted. Knee still working the opposite way. A lot's going on in warrior two. And then bend your elbows, sit light. Make your ceiling fan. Circling. And then reversing. And then palm forward, bicep over your ear. Feeling extended side angle. If you reached down or did a bind or did something on the other side, match it up. You know what you did, I hope. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Sweep up a second. Feel that open chest. Look down. Sweep it up. Straighten and shorten for warrior. What is this? Triangle. And then line up your hips. Reach your tailbone. Sweep out and reach in and float in between your panes of glass. Chin in, gaze up. Breathe. Stacking your shoulders and your hips, meaning one shoulder's not forward and one hip's not back. You're reaching in. It doesn't matter if you're touching the floor. That's not the point. Point is long sides on both sides of the body, including the bottom. And then gaze down, sweep up, and square it forward and just surrender to a runner stretch. Breathe. Heads below the heart again. Long inhales and exhales. Lengthen through the back of the leg. And we floated it up on the first side. This is my, quote, bad side. You want to do both sides equally. Whatever variation you did, playing around with it. Some people do their handstand here. Breathe. I know if you've been watching Jacob, he does handstands while he's teaching, while he's practicing. That doesn't mean that you have to try that if that's not for you. It just means that's a possibility. Maybe you're just doing it in your mind's eye. Floating your foot back down, palms down. Pass it back. Take an inhale. Exhale lowers you down. Nice strong chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, pass it back to down dog. Take the right leg up again. Bring it through. And nice and easy, lower the back knee. You're gonna press up, lift up, arch back, and then cross it over to take a twist. Nice and easy. Maybe lift up the back knee. Takes a little work there. And then sometimes we do the reverse of this. Pedro did it the other day. Look down and maybe float your foot forward. You're in Utkatasana, prayer twist. And then look down and float it back. Breathe. Maybe open it up. Palms down. Optional vinyasa. Or just press it back. Lift your left leg up and float it through. You can always add in vinyasas. You can take them out. Back knee down, left knee over left ankle. Reach up, arch back. And float it over. Find your twist. Maybe lifting up your knee. If you did that, maybe traveling forward and back. Hint to travel, looking down is pretty key. You look down to bring it forward. And you look down to take it back. Palms down. Travel back. And then nice and easy, lower it down. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, press back, down dog. We'll meet up here in Virasana if you want to hold that for a few breaths. And just palms up to receive. Taking it all in. Present moment, your breath, your practice on your mat. We're listening today to some music by Paloma Devi. She used to play sometimes yoga with live music, Michelle. She lives in North Carolina now, so just sending some good vibes that way. And meeting up in tabletop. Taking table balance. It's one of my favorite things to do. Reaching forward, reaching back. Nice full balance. Gazes down. Belly hugging in. Feeling your core. Reaching forward, reaching back. Palm down, knee down, and circle. Coming back to a flat back, take the other side, left fingers forward, right leg back. Breathe, inhale and exhale. Palm down, knee down, circle the other way. And then roll into your left palm, knee, and foot and take it up. To balance your table on the side, Ardha Chandrasana, stacking shoulders and hips, maybe taking your dristi up. Palm down, knee down, and roll it to the other side. Shifting it up. Palm down, knee down, tucking the toes, open the feet, sit back on them. And while we're doing this, open the wrists today. So if this is too much weight on your heels, just lift your hips up. Otherwise, you're back here with toes under. And then opening your wrists a little. Fingers up, pulling them back. And then palms down, face them in towards you, and release the feet. Tap the feet out from that stretch and just shift some weight back. You feel that in your forearm and your wrist. I can't go back very far, but it's a nice, good opener. And then releasing from that, maybe lift your knees up, stretch your ankles. Lolasana. It's also something I like to do because it's a core strengthener. So our palms go down just forward of our shoulders, shoulder width apart. Our knees lift up with our core. So you have to use your core to pull your knees in. My feet are down. Some people arm balance from here. And if you don't arm balance, it's great for your core. Anyway, I like to do some little push-ups right here for my core. And then just know that the arm balance is a little easier when you have height. I haven't tried this in a while, but sometimes on blocks when you go to balance, it becomes easier. So there's that. So let all that go, roll your wrists. We're gonna slide forward again. Tuck the toes, drop the belly, take an inhale. Exhale, release and press up, cat spine. Inhale, tuck the toes, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, release. Inhaling and exhaling. And then as you come back, lower down. We're gonna lift up to dolphin pose. So you're gonna tuck your toes and press back, down dog on your forearms. Still gazing at your thumbs. This really opens the shoulders. Some of us lift the legs here. You're at home, you can do that with a wall. That's new to you. I just like to hold the shoulder opener. And we'll meet up and just sit back a second to a little child's pose after that. Maybe take your hands by your feet. And then coming forward. And then find yourself in Sphinx, which is our little back bend section here with our belly down. Hips are down, arms are like the number 11. You're rooting down, you're lifting the sternum away from your navel. Your dristi is out in front of you, because if you crank to look up, that's too much on the back of your neck. So you want to lengthen, keep action through the sides of the neck and the back of the neck and the front of the neck as you hold your Sphinx. Inhaling and exhaling. The last time I lifted up here, my live feed cut off, so we'll see if we stay with us. Maybe straighten the arms. Some people said they were stuck here when I left them here. If you're ever stuck in a live feed, work yourself out of the situation. Breathe. Lower down and make your windshield wiper blades. And if you like bow pose, you can do it after that. That's where you reach back for your feet. That's a little bit of a challenge for me because of my knee. So I'm just gonna lift back up to Sphinx. Maybe you're in bow. Either way, you're doing a beautiful back bend, opening your heart, your chest, your spine. Mr. Iyengar said that bow pose was one of the most important poses to keep spinal health for the rest of your life. So keeping happy, healthy spines, keeping long breathing. Sometimes we hold our breath when we back bend. And then finding your way out again, any little counter pose. We can press back to child's pose after that. We can do it with a little more authority if we want, like reversing through our vinyasa. And finding our way to maybe a child's pose once again. allowing ourselves to slide the legs forward to seated, finding your sit bones, and just finding Paschimottanasana, maybe binding the big toes or sliding your hands to your feet, or if you're not reaching that far, just grabbing your shins. If you've got a strap in the beginning or a scarf, like I said, you can also use that to fold in. Breathe. Inhale and exhale, still reaching your sternum towards the toes, keeping length. And then inhale your way back up, bend your knees, and counter stretch with a little lower back twist side to side. And then coming back, you're gonna extend your right leg, grab your toe, and just make a little archer pose. You're gonna arch back, and then release it and bring it in for Janu Sirsasana. Trying to level your shoulders as you're here. The one usually likes to pop up, so leveling it out, reaching the sternum forward. Inhale your way up and just take your seated pigeon. Side to side. Smiling. Coming across and folding in. If your sit bones aren't on the ground when you do that, I back the foot off and bring it back over. Lift up and twist back. You can hug in or you can reach in for a bigger twist. Some people actually bind here. And then floating back, counter stretch. And come back up to center and just sit up a second. We were in boat earlier at the very beginning. So maybe lift up again, maybe your legs get straight, maybe not. Just feel it in your core. Before we do the other side, bring your feet together and find your bound angle. We did this in the beginning too, so as you fold in, just feel your hips, notice the space now. Inhaling and exhaling. Full breaths. And as you rise back up, knees together, and internally rotate, dropping one knee and then the other, releasing your hips the other way. Extending your left leg, binding your right toe, pulling it back for archer pose, pulling it way back. Releasing it and then pulling it down for Janu Sirsasana. Breathe and settle. Inhaling and exhaling. And then rising back up and coming into seated pigeon. Holding it in. And then letting it come across and taking your twist to the other side. Remember, you can back your foot off a little or keep it all the way across. Your drishti going back over your shoulder. And counter twist. And coming back up. One more boat pose here, lifting up. This time maybe lowering down a little like a canoe and floating back up nice and slow, lowering down and lifting up, lowering and lifting, no rush, lower and lift, and then find your boat. And fold in again. Baddha Konasana, bound angle, any variation you like. Of course, I have a low battery again today. Pedro and I talked about this. Always happen. Hi, Christy. Hi, Monica. Oh, wow. Cheryl is there. Hi. So enjoying your Baddha Konasana. Noticing if it feels different in your low back from that first one you did or the second one you did. And then lift yourself back up, hands behind, flop the knees. We're gonna roll it down to the back. So allowing your feet to be hip width and just extending your fingers forward and slowly rolling down. Trying not to fly your feet up. Hitting the little speed bump and just hanging out there for a second. And then finding your way down, circling on your sacrum. Moving around, maybe take a little happy baby here if you like that. We're gonna come into bridge. Any variation you like. If you do bridge and then wheel, that's where we're headed. I've got my blocks, so I just like to lift up my supported bridge. Trying not to splay the knees. A lot of people splay their knees wide in bridge. You want to bring them together. And your gaze is straight up, and you're working to have your chin come closer to your sternum. Sometimes I like to bend my elbows and give myself a little lift to pull the shoulder blades together. Some people like to interlace here. I'm not a fan of that, so I just do other things to help open my chest, pull the shoulder blades together, maybe close your eyes, take your deep breaths here. If you're doing bridge and then wheel, you may want to roll out, do your counter movement, and then press up to full wheel. Keeping your breath, whatever you're doing. Finding your way out of your back bends and doing any little counter action you like. Circling, maybe taking knee down twist. You got a couple more minutes for any last asanas. If you take my class, I usually give you some freedom to do any postures you want for your last few moments. And that's always true. It's always your practice. You're always your best guide. I'm just another guide, but you don't have to do something if it doesn't work for you. Follow your intuition. We're going to come eventually to Shavasana. If you want to just turn me to mute and take a longer Shavasana, feel free. I'm just going to leave you here for a moment or so. Just know that once you're there, sometimes it's nice to release some sighing, cleansing breaths in through the nose and breathing it out. Settling the weight of everything down. Inhale. Sighing it out. Again, inhale. Then sigh it out. Just breathing natural as you float over your mat, resetting yourself, recharging yourself, honoring yourself. Be grateful for showing up on your mat with yoga. Grateful for your healing breath. Slowly, just enjoy your breathing again. If it got a little silent on you, turn the volume back up, inhaling and exhaling. Hearing your Ujjayi breath. Moving your fingers and your toes. Sliding into your arms and your legs. Pulling your knees in and rolling to your right. Honoring yourself, feeling grateful to yourself. And slowly coming back up into a long spine. Palms to your heart center and bowing your chin. Keeping calmness and stillness with you. Know that the light in me honors the light in you, and we are all one. So as we say Jai Bhagwan in Kripalu, know that is very similar to Namaste. So as you float your gaze up, just acknowledge that, and everyone that you know is here with you who you don't actually see, but just honor that light. Namaste, guys. Thanks for showing up today. I'll be here again Saturday for sure, and we will have class.